Hi there, it's Nicole from Right at Home, and today I'm sharing a card project featuring the Winter Pals and Snow Flurry's background stamp that were released as part of our November release. I'm starting off by stamping the large snowflake background onto a piece of white A2 sized cardstock in a light blue ink. If you wanted a simpler background, you could just stamp this layer, but today we're going to use all of the fill-in pieces and a ton of different ink colors to add even more color. For this color palette, I wanted a wintry feel, so I decided to go with greens, purples, and a couple shades of blue. I'll later be coloring in my stamped images to match the background. You can change up the colors however you want for your stamped background and then just color in your images to match. You can fill in this background as much or as little as you'd like, but today I decided to fill in all of the empty spots to show you the full possibility of this stamp set. All of the ink colors I used will be listed in the description box below or over on the Right at Home shop blog. Now that my background is finished, I can move on to stamping and coloring my images. I'm using these images from the Winter Pals stamp set, and I'm going to use the tree and the two little girl images to create my winter scene. I'm going in with a Copic friendly black ink, and the one I'm using is Memento Tuxedo Black. All of the alcohol marker colors that I'm using will be listed in the description box below. I tend to keep it simple when doing my blending as I don't have a ton of markers and I'm also not super experienced with coloring and blending just yet. When choosing my marker colors, I made sure to swatch them onto a piece of white cardstock and match them up to the ink colors that I used so that I'd be sure I had a seamless color palette. save a little time, I decided to color the other girl off camera, as she uses a lot of the same colors as the one I showed you here. And you can see how well these images match our background. Here I'm using a stitched rectangle panel that I will cut out from the snowflake background, as well as this stitched scallop edge that I will cut out from some white cardstock. I also made sure to run that white panel through the stitched rectangle as well, so that all of the stitch lines match up. Along the bottom of that white panel, I'm going to stamp one of the greetings. There's a few that will fit here, but I decided to go with this one. After I lined up my greeting, I'm going to stamp that in a crisp black ink, and here I'm using the Versafine Clear ink. Now I can start assembling my card. I'm going to adhere the white cardstock panel down with some tape runner adhesive, and for the stamped images, I'm going to pop those up using foam tape. You can also adhere the snowflake background panel onto the front of an A2 sized white card base. Around the stamped images and the sentiment, I decided to add some sequins, and the ones included in our Winter Wonderland sequin mix match this color palette perfectly. And here's a peek at the card when it's all finished. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want any more information about the products used, make sure to visit the description box down below or head over to the Right at Home shop blog. Make sure to subscribe to this channel before you leave for more crafty videos, and I hope you have a great day.